Hello, and thank you for joining the Monday edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Ayodele Uzubakun. Today on the program, Nigeria Air Force pilots eject to safety as Alpha jet crashes after coming under enemy fire in Zamfara State. Federal government places Lagos, FCT and 5 states on red alert over COVID-19. Recommend preventive measures for safe Eid celebration. And later on the show, power generation improves to 4,823 megawatts. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Paul Dada. So if you are ready, let the hangout start now. Thank you for staying with us. Whether by sheer luck or faith, the Nigerian military and indeed Nigerians are grateful to God for sparing the life of Flight Lieutenant Abayomi Dairo, who escaped death in the hands of the bandits while flying a Nigerian Air Force Alpha jet aircraft. According to the Air Force Public Relations and Information Director, that's Air Commander Edward Gabwat, Dairo was returning from a successful mission between the boundaries of Zamfara and Kaduna states when the aircraft came under intense enemy fire, leading to the crash. But the pilot was able to successfully eject himself from the aircraft and find refuge in a nearby village. Before we go on, here is Dairo walking into the loving arms of his colleagues, led by some military chiefs after his rescue. What a great honor. Flight Lieutenant Abayomi Dairo, and received by the Chief of Defense Staff, that's the Chief of Defense Staff and the Chief of Air Staff himself. And Julie was just telling me if it were to be another country or another, Julie.
In America, the president will be there to receive him. I appreciate the
Commander-in-Chief.
Yes, I've seen that happen. When an American fighter pilot was fired at during the Bosnian War and he ejected to safety. The rebels were looking for him, they looked for him, but they couldn't find him until the Americans came to take him out of the location. At the Air Force base, the US president was waiting to receive him. It was a great day, you know.
It's also a great day for Flight Lieutenant Abayomi Dairo. It's quite, what he has done is quite commendable.
Yes, this is the training. Fighter jets are the aircraft designed to have these parachutes that we jet to safety.
Just to sometimes
one pilot. You know, like this one, the Alpha jet now is the only one.
It's the only one.
Know? So once it's designed for you to eject to safety, once you come under enemy fire, your plane has received a hit. You just have to eject to safety before the plane explodes and call for help immediately. And that's what he did. And the Air Force Special Forces, they moved to the location. The Nigerian Army too, in the area, they both worked, and there was the fighter jets above the area, monitoring the area to ensure that the rebels do not come close. You know, once they got information about the location, they then sent the fighter jets to go and secure the area, ensure that these guys do not come close. And Dairo himself has said that the presence of the Nigerian fighter jets effectively kept them at bay. They will have
because I wanted to ask you that immediately ejected those bandits, they will know he's still around within the radius of that place.
Yes.
And they will look for him till they get him.
Yes, because for them to have successfully fired at the Alpha jet, it must have been flying low within the range of the anti-aircraft gun. So many of the modern aircraft of today never be as thick as the sides. They protect the sides a lot. So they too know the areas to target, you know, when they want to bring down a plane. My fear now, which I believe we need to address, is if these guys have succeeded in bringing down a plane, this is an Alpha jet, once they have succeeded in bringing down a plane, it will encourage them to continue to try. And we have been killing them in hundreds in recent times. The Air Force, they said that the president gave them the marching order to bomb these guys anywhere they are seen. So they are going after their locations.
I think it was coming from
camps.
one of those.
Yes, they know their camps. I've always said that we know where they are. So now they are facing the heat. They want to do whatever it takes to stop these attacks on their positions. So I just hope that the Tucanos will come quickly. Even this Alpha jet, as I've said repeatedly on this program, Alpha jets have been decommissioned. The rest of the world, they are not using it. But it has taken the ingenuity of the Nigerian Air Force, and knowing that we don't have enough, to do their best to still keep this fighter jet flying. The Chief of Air Staff, Amo, was an Alpha jet pilot and instructor. So they found a way to keep it flying, and it's a good thing that we have kept it flying. But
the parts will not be available like that.
The more we acquire more sophisticated weapons, that the spears are available, that have the capacity to evade some of these ground-based weapons, honestly, the Air Force will be able to deal with these guys decisively without any fear that their airplane will come down.
Paul, we've been losing these fighter jets. We've been losing them. I think this is like the third or fourth one, and a lot of people will want to say that, oh, since we are complaining that we don't have enough, this is another loss. But thank God for the keeping and protecting the life of Flight Lieutenant Abayomi Dairo.
First, let me also thank God for his escape and eventual rescue. But for me, what happened here, okay, shows that there are some realities staring at us, staring at our faces. One of them is that bandits, not only Boko Haram, bandits have the capacity to bring down fighter jets. That has been established with what has happened. It also shows that bandits, it reinforces the fact that bandits have no regard for anybody. Okay, they have no regard for the military, they have no regard for the political institution.
They're now emboldened.
Exactly, they're emboldened. They have no regard for traditional institutions. They would, if they see a vulnerable traditional right, they kidnap. Now, it also shows that bandits will do whatever they have to do to secure, to defend their own territory, the territory which they now regard as their jurisdiction. And they will resist any attempts, you know, by the military, by the authorities to attack their territories. Now, which reinforces the need for us to increase the space and intensity of attacks. Yes, we are all aware of what is going on. They've been attacking them and they've been recording successes. So it is now incumbent upon the military authorities to up their game, and they have to do better than they have been doing.
Jide, according to the Air Force Director of Public Relations and Information, that's Air Commodore Edward Gabwet, He said that it was coming from a successful mission, and we're told that since last week there have been consistent bombardment of Zamfara and some other these other states. And when I read about it, and I said, look, it's what we've been clamoring for on this program. That's look, and we're almost getting there. It's not accurately reported the number of casualties that these guys have been suffering, but I know with more intensity we'll get there.
No, we just have to continue and not be worried about what has happened. The more we attack enemy formations, the more we should expect things like this happening. America loses far more airplanes than we lose. If you look at the ratio of American airplane losses vis-a-vis the number of sorties against the enemy, it is very high. It is quite high. They lose equipment, they lose men. So Nigerians should know that these sort of things will happen. It could be an accident. In this case, we cannot say, oh, this was due to mechanical fault. No, it came under enemy fire. So the more you are attacking them, the greater the chances of things like this happening. Let us accept that in warfare, these kind of things would happen. I know that Nigerians don't want to hear that, we have lost a soldier, we have lost an airman. But these things happen because the enemy too is not relenting. The kind of money that these bandits have, they will be able to buy some of the Soviet weapons that they require, because a lot of the weapons that come into this country, through the porous borders, unofficial channels, they are from the Soviet Union and let me just say the Eastern Europe. A lot of them. There are some NATO weapons too that are coming, but largely they are the ones that these guys use. And as long as we fly in dangerous areas, and sometimes you have to fly low to deliver your weapons and be certain of the accuracy of the weapon, then enemy fire can happen. Remember some time ago too, in Borno State, there was an helicopter that was fired at. Yes, they brought down the helicopter and people died because the helicopter naturally will fly low. But this is a fighter jet. They can fly at high altitude. So, but it is not as modern as the modern propeller aircraft like Tucano, the Super Tucano, for example. So we are clamoring for unmanned area vehicles, the drones. The drones will still do the job that these fighter jets do, and they are unmanned. So the risk of losing your pilot is not there. One of the things that we must do is do our best, reduce the rate of fatalities, because we have some excellent young pilots, and we must not let them. Most of those boys are in their 20s, Yes. I've gone on missions with these pilots before. I see small boys, 27, 26, So we have to do our best to protect them, because their morale is high. Things that you and I think about, they are not so concerned. They just want to do their best for their nation, and we must do our best to not demoralize them. So it's not a question. The competence is there. They have the best training. Even the Americans reckon that in this part of Africa, our Air Force is extremely competent. They have capacity. So it's just that, okay, these accidents will happen here and there, and I know that the men will not be they won't be demoralized, but no, at least we must learn.
Abayomi Dairo is alive.
Yes,
he will tell you.
No, he will be able to tell the story, and his colleagues can learn from this.
Momo is calling us from Lagos.
Hello, Ayo, good evening.
Good evening, Momo.
Babajide, good evening.
Good evening.
And our brother here, good evening. Congratulations once.
Yes, we thank God.
Yeah, we thank God. Babajide, I appreciate you so much. I'm looking forward to meet you one day. Because once you come on TVC, I watch you over and over and over. I always want to listen to you and every other gentleman there. Babajide, you'll be saying something all this while. They should take this war to the enemy's front. Go down to their roots. We know these people know where these people are located.
Yeah.
Take this fight to them. If you don't take this fight to them, these things will keep on happening. One, Babajide, if you listen to our leaders today, they don't talk anything concerning this bandit. They don't care about these killings that is happening around. All they care about is Party A, Party B, either PDP, APC, or this. These are the concerns they after. People are dying every day, Babajide. As I speak to you, people are dying every day. Every day. And here we just sit down, they just come and tell us politics, and everybody goes back indoor and we start looking again.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for calling.
I don't think it's true that they don't care about whether people are dying. Maybe the methods are not delivering the right results.
Exactly my
And
thoughts.
you can even inform Nigeria that they started doing something and
They are
the war is
bombarding
ongoing.
them. Those guys are dying. They are dying.
Yes, it's
A lot of them are dying.
reported as.
Let me tell you, there is a bandit leader called Turji. They went, arrested his father.
Yes.
Turji got
He's on
angry.
rampage now.
Turji, no, he has released the people that he picked up. Turji got angry and started kidnapping people. He said, why should they pick his father? That his father is not the one who committed the offense, that they should come for him. But he has released those people, and his father too has been released. These are methods by which, okay, it may be unorthodox, but in the end, he was forced to release the people he was holding. So we have to sustain the momentum. And I'll suggest, I'm happy, 3 states, the Air Force has been attacking 3 states consistently. Kaduna, Katsina, and Zamfara. We are saying that even the North Central, Nigeria's #1 state for kidnapping, has to also come under the radar. I know that they've done some work in Niger, but it's not enough. Those little boys that were taken away from the Quranic school, they are still there, about 150 of them. They are still there. So we have, by the time they release those boys, a lot of them will be malnourished because they won't be able to eat good food. We have to sustain the momentum. President Buhari knows that even if he builds rail tracks in the sky, if he does not solve the security problem, by the time he leaves office, everybody will be talking about security. It's not, this is something that is easy to predict.
They don't want us to talk about it.
No, they are wasting their time. They can abuse me all day.
They don't want us to talk about
but by my nature, why do you even call someone Otitoju and you expect that I will not say the truth? And then I'm a disgrace if I can't say the truth. So the truth is, if he does not win the war, people will not remember the great things that he's doing. He has to win the war, and I can feel it now that the president, because even the Air Force people admitted that the president told them, go and finish off these guys. And we have to do that.
I like that.
Yes,
the action is what we'll be clamoring for.
That's what we want.
Many times here we have lambasted them for not doing enough. So if they are doing something, I think we should acknowledge it. We should acknowledge it and encourage them to do more, because clearly we see that they are working. And then from that press statement, I like what the president actually gave them, that marching order. Now, if President Buhari is now up to the task, I mean, if it's looking like it's up to the task, you understand? We should recognize that. We should recognize that. It shouldn't just be
the armed forces should carry out his instructions.
Exactly, they should carry out instructions.
The army, the Air Force, the Navy carry out his instructions. Now that we have confirmed that he told you to do it. The president said anybody carrying AK-47, fire at him.
Exactly.
How many times do they take on people that they see with AK-47? So sometimes too, we can't simply blame the man. He has given an instruction. Go ahead, implement his directive to the letter.
If they are not implementing, they should also query them.
All right, the country belongs to all of us. If they fail to do it, then they are not up to their jobs.